Hi, I actually did this little shoot a couple of days ago or weeks ago. It was actually a couple of different shoots for the same project. So it was shot on different days with different people in different lighting situations, but they were all lit by the same two lights. An aperture 60C, which is lighting me right now, and a aperture 120D2. So pretty small lights, pretty, I wouldn't say weak, but not the strongest lights, but very useful. They're often with me when I'm doing like a stock footage shoot. So I had these two small lights with me. I think I just wanted to share how I lit these scenes. Maybe someone will find that interesting. So let's just jump over to this first scene with this man sleeping in his bed. How cozy. So for this one, I had the 120D with a lantern above the scene, sort of slightly over to the right. And I had actually flagged the sides of it as well, just to get a bit of top-down, some soft top-down light onto the bed itself, which I think looks pretty nice. Then I added the small aperture 60C on the side, just with barn doors on them, and just let that shine straight onto the scene to, mimic a early morning sun shining into the window. So even though there's like no softbox or anything on that 60C, it actually looks really nice and soft. I mean, it's direct light, but the shadows aren't crazy harsh. And obviously the lantern on the top is sort of softening those hard shadows that might have ended up on his face. And that is actually pretty much the same lighting technique I used for all of these shots. I just realized as I'm recording this that maybe this video didn't really have that much to break down as I might have thought. Isn't that a bit awkward? Anyway, let's jump on through to the next one. I really like this one because this was shot in the evening, so it was actually really dark in that room. For this one, I had the tiny 60C over here, still with just the barn doors, no softbox or anything, but I did actually put some objects between the light and our scene, so we get these nice long shadows here that I think are pretty nice. So we get some uneven sunlight hitting the scene. We got sunlight here, we got a little bit on her cheek, we got some on her shoulder, a little bit over here on the pillow and her arm. It's sort of these points of light here and there, even though it's just from the one little light. And then again, the 120D with the lantern on it, off to the right, sort of evening out the scene a little bit. Looking at it now, I feel that it might actually be a little bit too strong. I think I would have liked this shot to be a little bit darker. I wouldn't mind more shadows on her face. Maybe have a light that's sort of more from the front, sort of faking that light from a smartphone instead of that big lantern lighting up the scene. I don't know, let me know what you think. Then we have this kitchen scene, a woman checking a text on her phone. Again, there's the 60D off to the left here, just with the barn doors. No softbox or anything. Just straight onto her shirt, her arm, a little bit on the table. Kind of hits her face slightly in the beginning of the video, but then as she leans forward to check out the text messages, sort of disappears a little bit. Still a little bit on the lower part of her cheek and her chin, but I think that looks really nice. It also warms up the background a little bit, all to make it look like there's a sun somewhere out there on the other side of that window, shining in the morning or in the late afternoon, even though this was shot on a really cloudy, overcast day in Gothenburg. Then, as with the other two shots, lantern on the 120D2 that sort of lights up the scene a little bit more. Maybe, as with the previous one, maybe a little bit too much. Maybe. Or maybe not, I don't know. It looks nice. I like that there is some light in her eyes. She gets a nice soft shadow on her face. Yeah, never mind. I like it. I think it's good. I also have this, it's the same location as the bedroom scene, but in this shot, our model is sitting on the bed and sort of picking up his phone to decline an incoming call instead of turning off an alarm in the morning. I think actually that's one of my favorite shots, because in this scene, the real sun was actually lighting our background a little bit. So over here, that's the real sun. This is the real sun. I, for this shot, also moved the lantern over to this side, and it's really, really close to his face. So it's just outside of frame in this shot. And that is why he has a really soft light on his face, very soft shadows. And I also had the 60D like all the way up here in the corner somewhere, still with the barn doors on them, to get that harsh sunlight. And I think I could have actually could have added some more light from the 60D into this scene, because you don't really see it. I mean, it's going fast. It's going by really fast, but I think you can see the light hitting the bed over here, maybe his arm and his legs a little bit, but it happens so fast that you don't really notice. And if I did this same scene again, I would probably move that light a little bit and just give him a little bit of harder sunlight down here, because I think that would complement the sun that we see in the background really well. Maybe even add, a spot of sunlight, on the bed here maybe, or up here somewhere would probably be pretty nice. But overall, still very happy with these. It's nice to see that you can do a lot with just two small lights. Well, I guess that's it. I was just uploading these to get images, so I thought I would just go through them and talk a little bit about them, because I think they look pretty nice. Let me know if you agree, if you like the lighting in these, or if you would do anything differently than I did. And be nice. Only constructive criticism. I'm very fragile. All right, take care. I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye. There's the 60D again.